Hi, everybody. My name is Olga with GEM Accounting and Tax. GEM Accounting and Tax is a CPA firm that offers tax and accounting services to organizations in early childhood education. So today I want to talk about missed tax deadlines. That oops moment when you realize that you missed the deadline despite all your good intentions. So first, let's deal with the consequences. What are the consequences of missing the tax deadline? Number one, you could have penalties and interest imposed on your account. So the IRS typically imposes interest and penalties on unpaid taxes. And sometimes some of these penalties include failure to file your taxes on time or failure to pay your taxes on time. So you want to be cognizant of that. Number two, you may lose your refund. If you are a chronic non-filer, so I'm talking about people that never ever file their taxes, even when they kind of have a feeling that they are due refunds, eventually you're going to lose these refunds. So this is money that should be in your pocket. Go ahead and file your tax returns so that you get the refund that is due to you. Failure to file your taxes means that you're non-compliant. And really, most of us just want to follow the law. Why don't you just go ahead and file your taxes on time? Get into the habit of planning to file your taxes, within the deadline, and just be compliant. In extreme cases, this is where you are chronically not filing your taxes on time or not paying your taxes on time. It may result in legal action, and this could result in a levy. That means some of the money, your payroll money or money sitting in your bank account, might be levied by the IRS. You truly don't want to be in this position, so it's very important that you take action to file your taxes on time. So let's look at the kind of actions you can take if you realize that you missed the filing deadline. The first one would be go ahead and file immediately. So for example, you missed the April 14th or 15th deadline, and now you want to go ahead and file. Just go in and file your taxes. Go to your tax professional. Use TurboTax or any of those self-filing software. Make sure you file your taxes. That will get you back into compliance. If you go ahead and file your taxes and you happen to owe, this is not a bad thing, okay? The question is, can you afford the outstanding tax liability? Can you afford to pay for it? If you can, pay as soon as possible or pay as much as possible. Again, if you're not able to pay for your taxes, go onto the IRS website, get into an installment agreement. That is an option available. Just keep in mind that if you have an outstanding amount and you pay in installments, whatever the outstanding balance will still be subject to interest and penalties. Think of it like a credit card balance. If whatever balance is outstanding will be subject to some fees, and if you happen to have a late payment, additional fees are incurred. So even if you go into an installment agreement, you might still have to pay penalties and interest. But an installment agreement is one way of getting you back into compliance. So it's never really a bad thing. Lastly, okay, this is not the last point actually. Point number 3 here is request for an extension. Get into the habit of filing extension, especially if we all know ourselves. So if you habitually never file on time, work with a tax professional or just simply file an extension on your taxes. And remember, just because you filed for the federal taxes, filed an extension for the federal taxes, doesn't mean that you automatically file for the state. So double check that the state taxes are also extended while you're filing your extensions. That's going to be very, very important. In the unfortunate case where you have penalties, go ahead and address these penalties. If it seems too daunting and you've tried talking to the IRS and they're still not working with you, engage a tax professional. Just engage a tax professional. You never know, you might have a positive outcome when working with a tax professional. So again, this is Olga with Gem Accounting and Tax. The biggest tip I want to leave you with is, whenever possible, please get your extensions filed. This gives you a little bit more time to figure out how much tax or whether or not you want to file. Make some payments, just so that you are also again in compliance. Again, this is Olga with Gem Accounting and Tax. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or need additional clarification on filing extensions. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.